On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
That's in the background.
Oh
Hey,
my
back
God.
with us?
So look,
Back
so
here
look.
with us?
The point I'm making, right, is that it's rights that stop men from doing what they should be. You're right. Listen what I'm saying. You're right. Everybody should fall in line like they have to. But guess what? And a Quest can probably vouch for this too. You had soldiers, Quest, that should have followed your lead, right?
Yes,
If they did not follow your lead, what happened to them?
there were consequences.
It was consequences, right? What I'm saying is no consequences in this society. Our consequences is one-sided. So yes, a man cannot hold a woman accountable regardless, because it's consequences for men actions and it's not consequences for women action, and that's controlled by the system.
Logic, do you think that system's breaking down anytime soon? You sound like you know some intel that maybe you just sound.
Have you ever heard of BRICS?
I don't know what no bricks. Like, is that an acronym? I don't know what you're talking about.
Put it now.
Okay,
BICS. Google it. And then now I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna Google it right now because you talking like you just. I don't know what. Quest, are you okay today?
Because I was gonna say we don't even have to go that far. Literally every other race of people, every other culture that's out there, we don't have to worry about their women running and leading their men, or not allowing their men to lead their community.
I
Right?
think
It's literally only us.
I think the difference
we don't have to go. We don't have to go all the extreme. Russia doesn't have to attack. We can literally just look at your neighbor and look at their communities. Right?
So
we're literally the only ones. Go ahead.
Quest, when you're talking about every other society and culture and all of that, do you recognize that like Black Americans specifically are in a very unique situation?
You tell me this unique situation.
No, I'm saying, do you recognize that? Or
no, I want you to tell me what this unique situation is, because clearly there is something. So tell me what you're talking about.
Yeah. So there are not, I don't know, hundreds and thousands of years of shared culture amongst, Black Americans right now. Whereas if you go to certain places, there's already something set up for how things are supposed to be. There's that social infrastructure. There's like these customs and rites of passage and all these other things. I'm not saying everywhere. I mean, but some places. So do you understand that like Black people in America are like rebuilding and trying to figure all that out at this point? I mean, there have been like ups and downs in the process, but there's not like, when we're comparing with other, I don't know, people that have a shared language, a shared culture, a shared tradition, shared all these things, it's just a little bit different. I think that it's not as simple as saying, well, everybody else is doing it. Why is it only us? Like, there are lots of things that are a part of why the Black community in America is currently in the exact state that it's in right now.
I think that Black women would love to continue for another 400, 500, 6,000 years to carry this exact same excuse onto why they do not allow their men to lead. This is cap at the highest levels. I think if this was another 1,000 years from now, you would say the exact same thing.
Well, allowed to lead.
Yeah, hold on, because
allowed to lead.
No, we're not gonna do that, Kay. You asked me a question and now I'm answering it, and now here you're gonna try to jump on
you didn't
me
actually
and
answer
then ask me another
now
question.
You're going off
and then
about
when I get ready to try to answer that one, you're gonna jump on me.
No, but you were talking about something else.
I thought the conversation was about accountability.
No, bro. Listen, if this is another 1,000 years from now and you ask that exact same.
So is there a reason
y'all gonna always have that as an excuse, bro?
So as a man,
how many years go by, you're gonna always have it as an excuse, as a reason why y'all can't allow us to lead, or why you can't. Go ahead, Kay, because I ain't never gonna be able to get my answer out. Because when you don't agree with my answer, you're gonna ask me another question. As soon as I start that and you don't agree with that, you're gonna start asking me another question. Well,
No.
this is what you do, darling. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Okay. So when people say allow me to lead, I always think about, you know, any leadership position, a classroom teacher. Imagine if somebody was like, hey, these students are not allowing me to teach them. Like, what? No, if you're the leader somewhere, you do what you need to do. And then if you don't want to be in line or whatever with certain people that are not, I don't know, on your game plan or whatever, you find the people that are. Like, I don't get this whole allow someone to lead thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you don't.
If you're leading, you're leading.
Okay, the military. How the military works is this.
It's so simple.
If you're leading,
they need someone to allow them to do it because they really aren't natural in doing it.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
Chat and everybody that's up here on the panel, I want y'all to look at who's saying these things right now.
Anton, can Rita stop you from leading, or are you just gonna lead? Can she stop you? If she says, I'm flipping off the switch of allowing you to lead, are you no longer going to be a leader?
We're talking about a community,
no, I'm just, hold on. I'm just
talking about a community, not an individual household. We're talking about a community as a whole, bro.
I'm just trying to see.
But see, watch this.
When we're talking about the community as a whole, then that's where we have to go.
I'm gonna give you an answer.
Talking about the community as a whole, that's where the talking points in the video come into play.
Hey, Kay, can I please give you an answer? But watch this. You're right. Rita, you're right with the Rita and Anton. But do you understand this? Rita can leave right now for no reason and take half of what Anton got.
No, she can't.
I'm sure they have a prenup.
Okay.
I'm sure they have a prenup. She's only
He's saying she can't. I'm agreeing with him. This is marriage. You cannot say what Anton has going on in his marriage.
What I'm saying. Listen to the point. See, I mean, just for 1 minute, just try not to be rebellious and try to understand the logic here, right?
Rebellious? I'm not having a difference of opinion?
No, listen. I said.
Are you back home? Are you back in the States?
Yes, I'm back home.
You back with us?
Look at us in the background.
Are you back with us?
So look. The point I'm making, right, is that it's rights that stop men from doing what they should be. You're right. Listen what I'm saying. You're right. Everybody should fall in line like they have to. But guess what? And a Quest can probably vouch for this too. You had soldiers, Quest, that should have followed your lead, right?
Yes.
If they did not follow your lead, what happened to them?
There were consequences.
It was consequences, right? What I'm saying is no consequences in this society. Our consequences is one-sided. So yes, a man cannot hold a woman accountable regardless, because it's consequences for men actions and it's not consequences for women action. And that's controlled by the system.